And this is pretty dirty because we've taken all these Ford Expedition Tremors out for some off-roading to see what they're made of. And I'm here in Kentucky at the official event for the first test drive of the Ford Expedition. This is the Tremor, and I also have the Platinum, which I'll show you in another video. But this is the first time in history that the Expedition has a Tremor version. I'm going to tell you what the differences and surprises are that this Ford Expedition Tremor has, which the other one doesn't, and if it's worth considering as a full-size SUV. In this video, we'll compare the Ford Expedition to the Chevrolet Tahoe, Suburban, and Toyota Sequoia to see which one you might prefer. And I'm looking for one that's a bit cleaner to talk to you about the design of the exterior of the Ford Expedition Tremor, so you can see the clearest differences with this SUV. Because obviously, no, there's no luck here. But anyway, here we can see, here in the Tremor, you'll have what you don't get in the Platinum or the King Ranch. The recovery or tow hooks, as well as the skid plates, are also some of those distinctive features of the Tremor version. Fog lights are not included in some regular versions. The grille design is also different. And these orange accents that you see on the raised parts of the Expedition are also something exclusive to the Tremor model. Another distinctive feature is the wheels. Here we have 18-inch wheels, but the actual height of the tires is 33 inches. Wheels are tires. General grabber all-terrain, which works very well, with tremendous grip and tremendous traction when you take it off-road. And here you have another feature that's exclusive to the Ford Expedition. It's not exclusive to Ford itself, because you'll see it in another model. Is this the step or the running board from the Ford Raptor? Yes, the one that's on the F-150 Raptor, the Tremor. This is the only Expedition that has that step. With the openings, as you can see, very classic, very suitable for off-road. There's something else here on the wheels. You can see the color here. Do you have a distinctive orange color there? On the Tremor's wheels, are you going to see this for the tire valve? It's there, kind of, so you don't lose sight of it, or so you have a quick reference. They've added that detail, which, as I said, is distinctive of the Tremor. The engine in the Tremor is exactly the same as the one in the Expedition Platinum. The King Ranch doesn't change at all, and it's the same as last year. It's the V6. They got rid of the Vocho a while ago. 400 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. The Tremor version features the 440 horsepower high-performance engine, which is carried over from the previous edition. Just to clarify, the Tremor has 440 horsepower, 510 lb-ft of torque, and a 10-speed automatic transmission. All of them come with independent suspension. And obviously, the lift on this Tremor is a bit more pronounced. It has a higher ground clearance than the regular Expedition. Well, I'm going to talk to you about the interior, but first, if you're enjoying the video, let me know what you think about the Ford Expedition Tremor. And in this video, I invite you to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, here inside, what are we going to see? Obviously, the Tremor features. The seats have stitching, let's say, in different tones, but specifically the orange stitching. The orange stitching, a color unique to this Ford Expedition model, and the interior closely resemble what we've seen previously. I'm going to widen the camera angle a bit. The dual screens here for infotainment, with the new dashboard, the new instrument cluster. The cluster performs well, especially while driving. It's important to mention this while on the topic of driving. Well, how about testing it off the pavement? And the best way to test the Tremor is by bringing it off-road, not just off the pavement, to see how it performs. The Tremor has a slightly higher suspension compared to regular models like the Platinum or King Ranch. That also gives you better angles, approach and departure angles. You also have different tires, as I've shown you, as I've mentioned here in this Tremor. And more protection. Besides that, it has features that are specific for off-road. It has one-pedal driving for off-road. Obviously, you have your differential lock and everything that a real 4x4 needs. Here we see an area where there's a lot of mud. And also the bumps in the road, which get a good response in terms of the articulation of that suspension. Working with the Expedition Tremor is really interesting, and they bring us precisely to a field where it's not so smooth. It's not so forgiving in itself because some tests of off-road from some manufacturers are relatively easy. Here the level of difficulty is a bit higher because definitely there we can see how the tires perform, how they even manage to skid a little. And that grip of Those 33-inch tires, those general grabbers, how well do they work? Their performance on muddy terrain? Well, it's worth highlighting that in a test that Ford is letting us do precisely to see what the Tremor is made of. There, if you can see, it's going through a part of the swamp. It hasn't lost traction. We're in off-road mode and we're going, we've got the momentum. And how is the control with this type of steering? Honestly, I liked it. I mean, that's one of the questions I had, one of the doubts I had. What would the feeling be like driving off-road with this type of steering? Honestly, it's not bad at all. I have to be honest in my assessment. I'm not ready to say that it's better with a completely circular steering wheel, or that I feel better with this one. I'll tell you a little later. Here we're going to go through one of the tests. One of the toughest ones. Where there's mud, there's a lot of water, a pit. Now we'll see some of the steering control I mentioned earlier. Ready. I like it. Honestly, I do. I mean, I think you have better control with this type of steering. We'll see with time. The future owners of the Expedition Tremor. What do they tell you? Doing some extreme off-roading, right? Because for regular driving, in the other video with the Platinum and the King Ranch, you don't have any problem, right? Off-road maneuvers feel a bit strange at first with this type of flat, oval-shaped steering wheel. It's my first time off-roading with this design. But I don't know, at times, it feels like you have better control because of its size. It's kind of strange, but I like it. The interesting thing is that it has excellent visual aids, right? The cameras, including the 360-degree and surround cameras, provide spectacular definition. The instrument panel is also very sharp with the reference for the pitch and roll angles, which helps a lot. And also which driving mode you're in, you always have it right there in front of you. I think these are interesting things too, like the one pedal, which we'll try out later. And there's a driving mode that makes it easier, let's say for traction. Climbing rocks. On rocky roads. Sometimes this steering feels strange, like you're looking for something else. I mean, what I was telling you about the dimension is like, there's an invisible part you want to grab. But I don't know, it's probably just a matter of getting used to it because, like I said, I think there is a possibility of having better control with this kind of steering. And it's worth noting that everything we did, everything we crossed, that swampy part, that reddish area, we did it all in off-road mode. But we never had to switch to 4-low, and honestly, 4-high was all we needed. You can easily do it, complementing what I said about the interior. These mats or floor liners are specific for the Tremor because they're made of this plastic coating that's very easy to wash. Because of course, if you're going to take it off-roading and get it dirty like this, you'll need those mats to not be carpet. And here it is, the whole floor is pretty well protected. Well, not the middle part, here we do have carpet. But the rubber mats, those are only here for the Tremor. Here we have USB-C charging, 2 connectors, USB-C in the back, and your air conditioning controls. The center console. Oh, and this is an important detail besides the speakers. Bang & Olufsen, a prestigious audio brand, ensures exceptional sound quality in the Ford Expedition. But the center console has this feature that they copied. The motorized center console can be moved, you can create more space here, an extra compartment, you can hide something, and, well, the Tahoe does have this feature too. What happens is that the controls, I think it's better thought out to put the console controls here, rather than up here. It's a matter of personal preference. The dashboard and entire interior of the Ford Expedition have been completely redesigned as part of these updates. But I cover that in more depth when I talk about the Platinum or the King Ranch in the other video, so I recommend you watch it and look at the beautiful definition it has. Each of the screens has a lot of screen space. The steering wheel is semi-oval and semi-square in shape. The distances measure 24 inches on one side and 12 inches on the other. And in the rear part of the Tremor, what you're going to find here is the split. The split tailgate doesn't have the functionality like a regular pickup truck tailgate. And you also have the upper part in the Tremor version. Here you have all those features that let you set up a table here, sit here to watch the soccer game. Well, you also have all those things here, and obviously all the functionality of the seats, which you can fold electronically. And look at all the space it creates, all the versatility you have here. Also, you have your connections, a regular outlet, a 12-volt port, and also USB, so all of that is really good. Here you can set up your seat, the chair itself. For the rear part, you can set all of that up here and here. In this part, I want to show you that this is divided, 40, 20, and 40, so that this one alone can be folded down here in the middle to allow you to place fishing rods, skis, or wooden planks. When you're working on a construction project and you can carry that load along the entire central section, that also gives you a bit of functionality or versatility, like a pickup truck. The interior is well designed, a pleasant surprise found in both the regular and new Ford Expedition models. But it should also be highlighted in this Tremor, which has it. Well, there you have it, or here you have them, because all the extremes are here. While we're having a really good lunch over there, there's something I can't show you yet. It's a surprise, but there's an embargo. But here are the Tremors. The Tremor is the first one ever in the history of the Ford Expedition, the Tremor version. The first time, look, this was so dirty that I didn't get a chance to show you. This is also orange here. This edge or trim around, or the fitting around the fog light, also in orange, when it's clean. But anyway, that's to show you that this is the one that does it best. All terrain from the Ford Expedition throughout its history. And this one, honestly, is really good. What do you think? Rate the Ford Expedition from 1 to 10, Tremor. I'll also give you the price. If it's not in the video, check the description because I'll put it there and give me your rating. I'll see you and wait for you in the next video. A hug, bye.